Connecticut toll fight continues, and your calls, your efforts are making a difference, and I have proof. One, the people who want the tolls the most are holding press conferences. Now, anytime these people come out and get in front of the press, it means they want to try to control the message, which means it's not going their way.
Right,
so
it's getting loud.
That's the first sign.
Good.
So this is a press conference with Aresimowicz and Matt Ritter. And Max Reese from NBC Connecticut says, do you have the votes to pass the tolls, which we've been asking here to everyone for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Do you know where you're at on votes? Do you know where you're at on... Because I know we don't know what the specifics of the different...
So it'd be like...
Do you have the votes?
I appreciate your question. I'm not even asking.
Do you really?
For the vote.
You don't
No.
appreciate it.
Do you really?
You don't appreciate it.
Do you really?
You don't. You just say that.
Right.
Just stop.
I just love how just lying is so natural.
Yep. Like blinking.
I appreciate your
Like blinking.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
You don't care at all.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you're probably
You don't
seething inside.
Appreciate the question.
You're seething inside. Your rage is going, damn you!
Right. Okay.
Do you have the votes?
I appreciate your question. I'm not even asking for the votes yet, just like I think it's absurd that municipalities are passing resolutions on something they don't know what it is. It's just moronic, to be quite honest. It'd be like me sitting here in this office saying, yeah, I don't care what kind of budget you come up with, Walker. I'm a no. That's what they're doing. We don't know what the tolling system's going to be. We don't know where it's going to raise money.
Really?
We don't know what the negotiations are look like.
Really? Then how do you know it's going to raise $800 million?
How do you know that?
How do you know it's going to be 40% this, 60% that? Residents aren't going to pay. We're going to have a big discount. It's not going to be bad. There's congestive. How do you know?
How do you know when you know Nostradamus?
I love they know all this stuff that's supposed to make us buy in,
Right.
but then they don't know anything about it when it gets rough.
I don't
When
know
asked.
anything about that, Dave.
And how much do we really need to know about tolls to know we can't pay another dime,
Exactly.
and it's going to cost more than a dime?
Yeah, here's a thought. Broke is broke.
Right. How much do we need to know? How well educated do we need to be to know that we don't have another penny?
Pretend you want to buy a chicken salad sandwich and you have no money. How do you do that?
I don't know your toll plan, but here's my effing pocket, and it's empty.
I have lint for you.
Do I need to do any research on my bank account?
Oh, and a gum wrapper. I have a gum wrapper.
When
too.
I'm like, hey, the electric bill, this bill, the oil bill, and I'm like, I got to pay a little bit on each one. I don't need to do research on your toll study, pal.
I want to have that little inspection
When
sticker.
I own a company with 15 trucks, I don't need to do extensive research on the details of your plan to know I can't do it.
My other pocket has a hole in it. I can touch myself.
But this is the same argument they had last time, remember?
Yep.
Everything got out there, and they're like, wait, we don't even...
We have no
that's not
idea.
even- we don't even know what it is.
We don't know what it is. The only time he spoke.
I don't even know that guy.
I don't know what it is.
I don't even know who he is.
So you're making a blanket comment that you're against something that you don't know what it is, which should be really looked at under a microscope. But what type of leaders some of these municipalities have?
Oh, yeah,
I
we
hope-
should look at those leaders
Yes.
who are leading.
Those leading leaders.
Calling you into question.
Yeah, that's right. You should be looked at. We should investigate you. What kind of leader are you?
But they're doing the same thing. They're for something that they don't even know about.
This is what they say. I don't know how they can say there's not even a plan out there when they're selling us a plan. We already know it's 53 gantries. We know they're going to be on all the major highways. They're projecting an income, so there has to be there's a math equation, right? I know I'm giving them credit because they couldn't count to 10.
Right. Yes.
Right? They had 10 people voting when you're legally only supposed to have 9, so I know I'm giving them way too much credit.
Been doing it that way for 2 years.
We've been doing it like that for 2 years.
Yeah. Thank you, Looney.
Yeah. No, but there's some math here. You can't just say it's going to be $800 million in revenue per year, and you don't know. All right, so that's X amount of gantries, X amount of traffic, X amount of money.
Per this, per that, per this, per that.
Right.
Ipso facto, yes.
Every 6 miles.
Yep. In accordance with so-and-so and the Geneva Convention, yes.
There was no follow-up there.
None.
Well, so there's no plan. Then how do you have all these numbers?
I don't know what it is. I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's insane.
It's bizarre world.
It really is insane. Like, AJ, I listened to this. I'm like, how is this happening?
How?
I must be in a dream. Like, that's a nightmare.
Right, wake
I'm
up,
going to
Chaz.
wake up and be like, okay, good.
Had the most absurd dream.
Yeah.
There were two idiots talking and we wanted money.
And then you know you got them on the ropes when they're going with name calling.
Oh, yes, moronic.
Right. So first it was, we don't even have a plan. But you have numbers, and then he gets into name calling.
Now, going back to what I said before, I used the harsh word of moronic, and I meant it. If we have a plan.
And I meant it.
And I meant it.
I meant it.
I used the harsh word of moronic, and I meant it.
I meant to do that.
That was Ritter choking on his iced coffee.
I meant to
next
do
him.
that.
Oh, can't believe you just said that.
Oh, boy. He's tough.
Badass.
So he's really calling anyone against Toll's moronic because we don't know the plan.
Right.
And he means
Release it then.
What
What are you waiting for?
how do you have the numbers if you don't have a plan?
How?
How you saying it's going to be this much income if you don't have a plan? Anyone against it is a moron.
Right, we are. Some morons. I'm proud of it.
Go ahead.
If we have a plan, if we know exactly what's going to be told, if we know exactly what's going to be collected, the municipalities or other interested parties have all that information, and then they come back to me and say, Representative Aresimowicz, this is what we believed upon the... No, that's fair. That's great discussion.
Right, but we have all that. We have all that.
That's great discussion, Chaz.
Right. I like how it's like, yeah, we have all the numbers. Okay, I don't like the plan. But we don't have a plan. We have the numbers. But we don't have a plan, so it's really moronic to not like it.
Right. Can't believe
But
it.
if you don't have a plan, how do you have all the numbers?
Now you people. For God's
Yeah.
sake, just listen to us.
This is...
Why asking questions for?
I'm glad Max Reese from NBC Connecticut asked the question, do you have the votes? But then somebody in that room's got to say, if there's no plan, where are all these numbers coming from?
Right, somebody speak up.
Right. You're trying to sell us that you're going to get almost $1 billion a year. Where's that coming from? But then Ritter is the example of why we have problems. One of the many examples.
To DOT.
And just on that point, too, I
This is
watched the
Ritter.
video of one of the latest road shows, and I had to turn the volume down. I'm not sure why people think screaming is talking. So it was a bit, some emotion there for no reason, I think. And
Hold
part
on
of
a
it is-
second.
Emotion for no
There's
reason.
emotion there for no reason.
No reason to be emotional.
I don't know why these people are so upset.
All he wants is money.
If somebody was on fire, would you say, I don't know why you're screaming. It's really not going to put the fire out.
No, it's not really going to help.
No big deal.
because it freaking hurts, man.
Right.
And I may die.
I'm in pain.
Right.
And you're killing me.
Yep, exactly.
Right. He has no idea what families are facing. You ever have an argument with someone or watch two people argue and like they're not listening to each other?
Yes.
And it's like, wow, this is going nowhere. So you talk to them about spending cuts. Whew.
What?
It's like you didn't even say it.
Huh?
I was at that town hall meeting and then I've seen these, some videos of these meetings.
Yeah.
It goes, whew. Wasn't even said.
Right. Maybe riding a brick.
Right. Now,
How's that?
Connecticut, the voters, we're the adults in the room, okay?
Yeah.
Because we heard their side, and twice we endured 2 massive tax increases. So now we're like, hey, we listened to you before, and we're not in this time. Where's the spending cuts? Whew. Nothing.
What? Huh?
Yeah, spending cuts. Whew.
Actually hear
Right.
it.
I don't know why everyone's so upset. There seems to be a lot of emotion.
These road shows so loud. so
A lot
loud.
of emotion.
I don't get
So
it.
loud,
It's
these
like
road
taking
shows.
someone and stabbing them in the hand. Ah! Seems to be a lot of noise going on here. Yeah, you just stabbed me in the hand.
Well,
Right.
you got another hand.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Why is there
Come
so much
on.
blood?
Right, the screaming's not going to make things go away. Why aren't we talking?
You can get a Band-Aid.
And they
Some
don't
alcohol?
realize that people are paying attention now. That's what is really shocking to me.
Right.
We're all paying attention. Still no budget cuts. Still no response to that. Still like, why are you so upset?